Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? It's Zuko here. Today I have here for you guys an absolute banger. Enjoy the montage. We're about to go crazy in this video. I'm about to show you some crazy tech you probably haven't heard of before, how to do it in every single detail. If you're new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe. I'm very low key right now, but that's fine. I don't really upload 2K content, but for you guys, I'm giving you guys the knowledge. Enjoy the video, man. It's Zuko. What is going on, everyone, man? It is your boy Zuko, and today I'm here to show you guys rhythm shooting, everything that you need to know about it, how to use it, how to abuse it, how you can master, and how to make it easier on you, and what exactly is going on with this mechanic, what it's doing for you, all of the details, and everything that you can do in order to make it better, and how to actually activate it on certain type of shots. Let's get straight into this video. In order to actually get this to work, you are going to have to know how to shoot with your right stick. So the first thing I want you to do in order to get used to rhythm shooting is actually just timing your jumper with your right stick. See, this is very important. This is your first step. You might be like, okay, well, by the way, you're going to see me probably miss a lot because I don't have my badges yet and my character has been struggling, but it is what it is. Just know you're going to have to actually master, first off, just shooting with your right stick and holding down and then letting everything go. So you're just holding down and then you're greening your shot. Whatever this feel is, you need to get this right first. So once you can do this, you're going to be good, right? So this is basically what you have to get down first. You use your releases, you use your bases, whatever it needs, your green window, all of your stuff from your jumper is important for rhythm shooting as well, because you still are going to have to actually time and green your shot, and your green window matters a little bit. What I have found is it's actually better to just flick it up at a very specific timing, because it has a set timing, and I'll explain this in just a little bit. But if I go ahead and shoot and then I flick up, notice how it's going to say slow, right? If I flick it up really slow, it's still going to give me slightly slow. But if I flick it to my green window, notice how now I'm getting a variably and then a great tempo. You're going to get only a lot of variance whenever you are trying to actually do a little bit too much. The simplest way to get this down, mastered, is for you to simply, again, do this, green your shot first, but instead of you letting go of your right stick, which means you're just holding down and letting go of your right stick, once you time it right, now you're going to bring your right stick up. Now, the angle for this is however long it takes for your right stick to go from down to up. That is the tempo that you're trying to master. So it's basically like you have two timings, but the actual great tempo that is built in is actually a set value for your right stick. This seems like I believe that people who are using Zens or whatever might be able to cheese the tempo side of things, but they won't be able to cheese the green window side of things. So the easiest way for me to again explain it is, again, green your shot, and then once you know the timing of your jumper, then you want to bring your right stick down all the way up at a particular pace. This pace is set in the game no matter what you're using, and I'll prove it to you. All right, so this is basically the jumper that I'm about to switch to, right? So as you can see, the release visual cue is the same, the animation, all that is the exact same, and then the one that I was using was this one. So the only thing that's changing on this is the release speed. I even have the notches the exact same. So that's just proof to show you that this jumper will be the exact same. Now, there's no way for me to hand cam this, but I'm going to, again, the only thing that's going to change is the timing of my actual jump shot. So like this is the only thing that has changed, this. But the pace that I bring my right stick up, it's the exact same. I'm not changing that pace ever. That pace from my right stick going down to up will always be the same, but the timing of your jump shot can change. So once you get the tempo mastered, you're just going to be able to green everything, right? So again, it's more about, is your jumper that you're timing your style of play? Once you master that, then the tempo side of things becomes very, very easy. Again, it's just you're flicking your right stick down to time your jumper. Wherever your jumper's green release window is at, that's whenever you stop holding down and you need to start releasing it up. It's not anything, else other than that. Now, if that's a little bit too mathematical for you, an easy way for me to show you how to do this is going to be, pay attention to your player's hands. As his hands are going up, your hand needs to go down, right? As your player's hands are at the set point, whatever your release window is, and this is the reason why I have my visual cue exactly where it's at, because that's where I want it to be at. Once it gets to that point, then you need to start bringing your tempo up. I like for mine to be at the same pace of my hands going up and going down. It makes it like so, where it's very, very easy to green. Now, again, depending on what kind of jumper you're using, this is all going to determine if you're able to do this or not. As you can see here, this is actually very, very, I'm not going to say easy to do. It takes a lot of mastery, but once you know how it works, you're going to be able to green. Your shot timing profile has to be on high risk reward. I've tried it on everything else and it's just not good enough. On normal, what will happen is you're going to make more whites. But again, your green window shrinks. So this is not good. And also your make percentage shrinks. This is also not good. Low risk, low reward. What it does is it makes it to where your green window shrinks again, but also your make percentages get lower. But the more you're on the outer edges of your green window, they have the same make percentage. So it's basically like, instead of you having a mountain, you're having a Grand Canyon for your green window on low risk. And that Grand Canyon is very wide, which means you have a lower chance of making something. But if you're just basically RNGing your shot a lot more. If you are skilled at the game, you already know that this is not good enough, because based on your actual 3-point rating, this is also going to make it to where you can just increase that actual notion a lot higher. Now, one thing that you can do, I don't have the ratings just yet. Like I said, my build is not fully upgraded, but once you, let's say if you make a build with a 99 3-pointer, what will happen is you're going to increase that Grand Canyon makes percentage to where then you could possibly use low risk reward with all of your badges on Hall of Fame or Legend, whatever you're doing. And then you might be able to have a high enough green window to where if you time it in the center green window, it can always be made. And then just use this rhythm shooting mechanic to help you out there. I will not know until I actually have this on my character to actually give to you guys, and then I'll make an update. What I'm using right now to get the results of what you just saw is high risk, because what this is doing is it's saying you're only going to have a very small like angle to green your shot, which means if you time it like slightly late, slightly early, you're not making that mug. But in the center green window, that gets boosted just a little bit, but the make percentages skyrocket to where if you know the center green window of your jumper, you will always make it. And if you guys did not know, this year the amount of shot variance that is in the game is 1%, which means once you master this and once you really know your timing, you're going to be able to hit the most contested shots with only a 1% variance. So if you're wanting to take advantage of rhythm shooting, you need to play on high risk reward, because this is going to make it to where every single shot that you take is greenable. Now you need to pair both of them together. Again, what rhythm shooting does is it widens your green window. That's the first thing. And then it also boosts your make percentage. The reason why this is important is because challenger and defensive players, their attribute ratings and their challenger badge lowers your make percentages of these shots. So when you're playing with high risk reward and you're playing with rhythm shooting, you can negate their great badges. Now let's go ahead and talk about what shots all trigger this. So the first shot that's going to trigger this is simply you just kind of standing still and you're trying to shoot your shot, right? This is going to trigger it. Another thing that you can trigger this off of is actually your dribble pull-ups. Now, in order to get these on your dribble pull-ups, you have to always not hold RT, which means if you're going this way, you can't hold RT, right? And if you're going this way, again, you can't hold RT. If you hold RT, you're going to get this, a hop shot. This is not good. Now, you can also get it from your hop shot, so this is not a bad thing. And because this is a way for me to use rhythm shooting, is without it, I had to literally relap all of my dribble pull-ups to find the best dribble pull-up that is not using RT moves. So that way I can green contested shots with my dribble pull-ups and also have a lot of separation. So that way if I wanted to, let's say do like a side move or something like this, I can now green this like that, right? Another thing that this can work on is actually going to be your spin moves. Now, your angle for these have to be very particular. So if you want it to work on a spin move, you have to make sure your right stick, if I use the clock, it's basically like 5 to 7. From 5 to 7, that's your angle to do the spin move. And if you do it right, boom, you'll get the spin move. And you can still input the spin move, but you're still technically holding it down, right? And then you're going to again try and time your jumper from there and flick it up at the right time. So once you get used to this, it's really effective at you again doing some of these trickier moves and then being able to green these. Because if I just did it, let's say I just do the regular spin and my angle's at the side here and then I try and go up, it'll be a little bit harder to do. But if you can get used to it here, you can green these with spin moves. Another thing that this will also work on, it's the exact same sort of formula here for like post scoring shots. We are notoriously known for post scoring to be like a very weak thing unless you really get a lot of separation or unless you're a big body. Now you can actively green these because again they're going to have a higher make percentage with high risk and high reward on top of you using rhythm shooting. Again, instead of you going straight to the left like as if you're doing a cross like that, right? You're going to want to go down left like as if again you're doing it behind the back and hold it down and then flick it up at the same time. Now if you mess it up, you're going to see that there very early and whatnot. But if you get it right, you're going to see great timing and great tempo. Now again, if you just hold it to the left and then try and bring it up, you're always either not going to get it like that or you're going to get this where it's going to say very early and or like very fast, because again you're not going down, so the game's not reading the down input, so there's no chance for you to trigger the rhythm shooting. And this is basically the logic behind it. If you're trying to use rhythm shooting for anything, your right stick has to be down at either exactly 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, or 5 o'clock. If you're trying to do this from dribble moves, you need to make sure that you let go of RT. That's basically the trick there. When you let go of RT, that was a very bad shot, but I'm trying to master this right now. That's basically up to you to kind of like master here. There we go, that's one of them. So so basically what you can do is something like this. Now look at that, like you're like greening like way out here again with something that like most people in this game would not. Oh, that was a very fast tempo. I messed that up horribly. That was a tough one too, but you hopefully you guys kind of get the idea. Again, you can like hit some insanely cool shots with this. Once you master it, man, it's really like just buckets. Once you understand the logic behind it, you're going to be able to go crazy with this. Now, since we kind of myth busted that, you know, you can do this after any dribble move. It doesn't matter what you're doing, like bing, bing. So like bing, bing, bing. Again, immediately cancel into it. There's no issue there, right? Now, the next thing you're going to hear people say is, I don't like it because whenever I do it, I can't go straight into it. Like if I do it with X here, you see here, if I shoot with X, it just goes straight into the jumper, right? Boom, right? Well, the problem with this is, okay, cool, you can go straight into your jumper, but if you try and do it with the right stick, see how there's a little bit of a pause, right? And this little pause throws your timing off, because this will make your jumper contested. If, you know, you're playing on a, like, you see, that's another one, that's a hitch there, right? You don't want that. Well, there's a way to eliminate that. There's multiple ways. You can do it either by tapping your left stick before you shoot, like so, in any direction, or you can tap your LT before you shoot, which is another one. Or you can straight up hold LT while you shoot, which is another option there. I messed that up though. Or the best one, and this is actually a good habit to have because it'll make shooting a lot more consistent for you, is you need to actually start holding your right stick down once the ball touches your hands, and you'll go immediately into your shot. And once you really get used to this, you're going to be able to kind of like negate that sort of hitch that a lot of people are talking about. So this just basically teaches you over and over and over again, hey, stop holding your right stick down before you get the ball into your hand. I will admit I have this as a bad habit, but this is going to help you eliminate that. It's also going to help you shoot more consistent. And again, that's the whole point of this. Now, you still go straight into your jumper like this, just about maybe like a few milliseconds faster, right? Just a few, but it's around the same as you can see here. See, right? And then boom, it's not that big of a deal, right? So I would recommend that you actually master this and get this right. So once you get used to doing this, you're going to be able to eliminate this thing here where you like hold it down like this. You don't want to hold your right stick down until the ball touches your hand, so that way you can go straight into your jumper. This makes everything extremely consistent. It's Zuko, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and check out the channel, man. I have dropped a lot much more knowledge on this and other things in this game. Like, comment, subscribe. It's Zuko, man. We're out. Peace.